Welcome back to another live and Amplified Livecast. I'm your host, Tom Quiet, and we are back at it again with another amazing podcast. We are here at CMA Fest, Day 3. We have a very special guest joining us. We have Presley Tennant. How's it going today?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Doing really well. I had to think of what day it was. It's like Day 4 in Nashville, Day 3 at CMA Fest. It's all starting to get to be a little bit.
It's all blurring together.
No, it's one big day. It's what it's
exactly.
It's what it's getting at. But excited to have you back on. We had you on at CRS and then obviously a few times before then through Zoom. So it's always great to sit down and chat with you.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah. Is this your first day at CMA or where?
This is my first official day
at
CMA Fest.
How's that?
It's been pretty good so far.
Good.
It's you got a
early meet and greet, or what do you got?
I got a meet and greet later today, and then I'm also playing.
Okay.
Which is very nice. I'm excited.
What stage are you playing on?
I am playing, down at Teddy's Tavern, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Should be a fun time.
Yeah, it should be a good time. Nice. And the meet and greet, that's later this afternoon, I think, right?
Yes,
if I remember.
around 4 o'clock.
Oh, so you're going to be here for a stretch.
Oh, I'm here all day long. I'm
right.
like, this is when the early mornings and the California time change is really getting me.
Right. It's like, oh, it's already 6 a.m. or no, not quite that early, but 8 a.m. California time, and now, yeah. So
I've been up for way too many hours at this point.
When'd you get in?
I got in 2 days ago.
Okay, so you've had time to adjust a little bit.
I said I played a gig, had to drive home, pack. I did not sleep at all that one night.
Fair.
Said I'd be at the airport by 3:30 in the morning.
That's fair.
I was struggling.
Yeah. Thursday was the first time I had eaten since like Monday.
You know what? Maybe you should do that more.
Right. It was one of those things where I woke up Tuesday and I knew I was going to be driving here, but I had to go to work. And so I had forgotten to eat breakfast. I don't know how you forget to eat breakfast, but I did.
I do it all the time, so I get it.
Yeah, and so I had forgotten to eat breakfast, and I went and I worked straight through the day. It was like 8 hours straight through the day. I was like, okay, I'm going to get on the road, and I'm going to leave. It's going to be fine. And I was like, okay, once I get into Dallas or near Dallas, there's a Bojangles there. I'm going to go get Bojangles. I'm going to be happy, and I'm going to be good. Except I just kept driving, and then I got in, I had a live podcast thing I was doing, and I got done, and I was so tired, I was like, I'm just going to bed. And there you go, Thursday, first meal of the week, almost, essentially, so that can't be healthy, though, right?
I was like, my Wendy's order was messed up today, so I'm a little butthurt. I did get my coffee, which I needed, so I will be getting a second one, though.
Coffee is the fuel of the human race.
That's what I'm saying.
Right?
So it's full of sugar, though, because it's from Wendy's. It's just straight syrup. But you know what? It's really good.
Fair.
I'm not mad at it.
What's your coffee order usually?
Ooh, usually it's just an iced coffee with like a splash of cream and some sugar or something.
Gotcha.
So I'm pretty simple.
Well, with iced coffee, you could literally go into any store nowadays, couldn't you?
Yeah.
Or is that like the cold brew? Is that different?
A cold brew and normal iced coffee is different.
Okay.
I will say that.
Okay.
But I don't know. It just kind of depends.
I'm not a coffee drinker, so I don't know.
There's certain ones. I will say different coffee places, they do have better coffee, and Wendy's is not a part of that.
Fair.
But
fair. I will say their lunch, their burgers is probably my favorite.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, that's my favorite. So what's been going on? What you been getting into recently? Where you at, kind of music wise?
So I just released a single called "Somebody Like You" on April 19th, and that one came out a little bit ago, but it's been doing really well, and I'm very excited to finally been putting music back out into the world. I wrote the song with Mr. Michael Delaney, and it was kind of one of those things that, you know, you run into a few people and some things are said and it kind of inspired the song in a way. And I walked into the right and I was like, okay, something like this kind of happened.
Fair.
What do we do about this? And he was like, we're writing a song. And I was like, all right, let's do it. And so the song came out, and it's one of those things, you know, sometimes in a relationship just doesn't work out. Totally understandable. Yeah. But then someone might think very highly of themselves. And so they're going to be like, oh, you're never going to find somebody like me. And I'm all, checkmate. Good. That's kind of the point. It didn't work out for a reason.
That sounds like a line to a song, right? Right there.
Exactly.
So, that's awesome. So with that came out in April, are you looking at the next release, or are you just kind of letting this one be what it is and see where things go?
Yeah, so we're releasing another song very soon. Okay. It's called Bad Decisions. I was like, it's CMA Fest week. I feel like this week is full of them for a lot of people down on Broadway.
I was going to say, I've made a few of those, but you know.
But I am very excited. It's just about having fun and hanging out with some friends and having a good time. And, you know, bad decisions make the greatest story sometimes. So got to write a song about that as well.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. You can't have good decisions without bad decisions.
Exactly.
I feel like that's the chorus or something.
It's pretty close, actually.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. It should be a song. No, I'm kidding. I'm a terrible songwriter. Do not ever let me do that. No, that's cool. And so you don't have a release date or anything for that yet, or
coming out very soon.
I feel like I've heard that a lot this week.
I said I can't say too much yet.
Fair, very fair. So I will ask the safe question then.
All right.
Is it a song that people have heard before?
No.
Okay. Fair.
Definitely not.
I feel like that's the safe follow-up question to that one. It's like, have they heard it at shows? Yes, no. Okay, cool.
Well, they might have heard it at a few shows.
Okay.
But I'll leave it there.
Okay. Fair. Yeah. Fair.
I'm being mysterious right now.
It's all good. I like it.
Making you guys curious.
Oh man, I love it. So you after today, are you done and heading back to California? Or are you here for a few weeks?
I am here till Thursday.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'll be doing a few writes and getting some more music done,
nice.
and then I'm going back, and then I'm opening up for Jody Messina. So got to rush back, go rehearse with the guys, and then go play a few shows. Nice.
And during the summer, pretty much staying and playing in California, or are you gonna get out a little bit?
Still coming back and forth. I'm gonna be playing out in California, I would say for the month of June.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty booked, and then over in July, I'll be going over to Arizona, Utah, Nevada. I'll be doing like a little run across all the states.
Nice.
So I'm very excited.
Nice. Arizona's going to be fun. It'll be hot.
It'll be way too hot. On July 4th, it's probably going to be about like 115.
Yep.
Might be dying, but it's all right.
Just drink Gatorade. That is the less... Like, you can drink all the water you want, but if you're not drinking Gatorade or replenishing those electrolytes, you're basically not doing anything.
It's going to catch up, and you're going to find it at some point or another. That's when the IVs come in, too.
Right. I was out in Vegas for July. It was July 5th. It was like the day after 4th of July, and I dang near passed out. Like, it was bad. Very bad.
I just played somewhere, and it was about 107 down in Zanyara in Palm Springs.
Oh, boy.
And it was 107 degrees at 7 o'clock at night, and the sun was just beating down on me. And I think I got about a little more than halfway through my set, and I was like, oh my gosh, I've never passed out on stage, but I feel like I'm getting close at this point of time.
Right.
So I downed a couple waters, and I was like, all right, we're ready to go back and rock and roll.
Let's do it again.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's like that at a college party. It's like, all right, we're back again. Let's go. So, no, that's cool. It's always important. Like, we did a live podcast on Wednesday, and originally we were going to do it outside, and it was only like 90 degrees, I think, outside.
Yeah, with like 90% humidity.
90% humidity, and there was no shade. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, I think everybody would kill me if I make them sit out here in the sun for 2 hours. Yep. So we're going to go back inside. And he's like, yeah, that's probably fair. That's probably a good call.
Yep.
You know, it is what it is. So outside of music, what have you been doing recently?
It's kind of all just been music right now. Sure. I mean, when I'm back home, I'm hanging out with my family and things like that. But other than that, I am rehearsing a lot, playing a lot of shows,
nice.
And then getting more music ready. So whenever I'm at home and I don't have much going on, that's when I come out to Nashville, and then I write more, and then I live, sleep, breathe, repeat it.
Fair.
Yeah.
How often are you coming out to Nashville now?
I'm out here about once a month.
Okay.
Yeah. So I got a nice little system set up.
Nice. You got you're racking up them frequent flyer miles.
Exactly. I'm like hoping at least a free one comes soon.
Right. Oh, man. That's the only downside about me not wanting to fly. But then again, going to Dallas and then flying to wherever I want to go, it's like, I just drive and make my life so much easier.
I wish it was so close to drive from California to Tennessee, but it is absolutely not.
No.
It is way too far.
No. Like, I used to drive from New Mexico to Chicago, and that was a haul. Now, California's add 16 hours on top of that.
Yep.
Like, I think that's about correct, because it's 8 to Arizona or Phoenix. And then what is it from Phoenix to? I feel like that's another 8. Like, if we're talking like L.A.
I want to say it's like 36 hours to 45 hours to drive.
Yeah.
I also could be very wrong. Someone map check it for me.
Right.
But
Right. Fair enough.
I was like, my brother and sister-in-law did it one time, but it was over a course of a week, so they were stopping on the way.
I mean, that would be the dream, would be do a cross-country road trip. Yep. And I've mapped it out a few different times, but then I look at it and I'm like, man, 72 hours. I mean, I practically did it once now that I'm thinking about it, because I went from Tallahassee, Florida up to like northern Montana, and that's pretty dang cross-country.
That is basically cross-country.
Yeah.
I don't know what you mean. That is cross-country.
Yes. Geographically, if we're speaking, yes, it is cross-country. But it was a good time. It was a long trip, but
Yep.
it was fun. Awesome. So if anybody wants to check out your music, any of that fun stuff, where's the best place to find you?
You can find me on all my social media, which is at Presley Tennant, PresleyTennant, or you can go to my website, which is presleytennant.com, and everything's linked there.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, and hopefully, are you going to get to check out some shows while you're here at CMA Fest?
Yes, absolutely. And
Who are you looking forward to?
Ooh, that's like trying to pick a favorite child. I don't have children, but I feel like that's what it would be.
You could pick one. It's probably just not ethical, right?
I'm really excited just to see everybody. I think it's really cool. This is like the one time a year where everybody is playing here.
Fair.
So it's going to be a little hard trying to balance back and forth and run around to see who I want to see.
Fair enough.
But yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning in, and we will catch you all later.